Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Diana. Let me tell you a little bit more about my family and how we got to homeschooling. So my first video that I put in English, I explained how my child got to be in speech therapy. And then this video, I want to explain to you what happened after that. Then when he turned 3, I put him in preschool. I put him in Tuesday, Thursday, regular preschool. And while we were doing that, and he was going through the school system, the district, they decided that Alexander didn't need speech anymore, so they denied it for him. So we had our first meeting in like September, I believe it was, and he was already in preschool. And they said that they were gonna deny preschool, preschool ed or special ed or speech therapy for Alexander through the school district, the system, because they believed that he had enough vocabulary because he spoke Spanish, or he understood Spanish and English. Therefore, he had the basic understanding of the amount of vocabulary that a child at his age should have. Now, let me tell you before you make any decision or you think about this, okay? These people, what they had in front of them was pieces of paper. They've never met my child. They've never had a meeting with him. They never sat with him to say, we saw him, we heard him, we spoke to him, we know who he is, we know what he's capable of. No, they just read what was in front of them in the papers, and they stayed with that, and they denied it for my child. So thank goodness, right? Thankfully, I was working at the same preschool that he was going to. But I was working, because the preschool that I was working with, they had 2 programs. They had 4 to 5 years old and 3 to 4 years old. So I was working Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with the 4th years old, and Tuesday and Thursday were for the 3 years old. So my child was in the Tuesday, Thursday when I was not working. So I went on to tell, the person in charge of the preschool. She asked me how it was because I had to miss my day off of my job because I had to go to the meeting. And then I told them that they had denied it for my child, and they were surprised because they've worked with my child for a few weeks now, and they can see that he needed the help. It wasn't like he needed a lot of help. He could have been like in the top, like strongest speech delay kind of person, but he still needed speech therapy. So they started to move some strings within the school system. They started calling people. So I had that to my advantage. I had those people to be able to help me. And they make those calls and they say, you know what, I have a child here that I can tell he needs help. And I heard that his speech therapy was denied or terminated. And so I want you to please send somebody over here to assess him, because what I've seen, he needs the help. And he doesn't just need speech therapy, he needs some other kind of help as well. They even thought that he had autism, because he was so into his own world. He got to preschool and he just sat on the train table, and that's basically all that he did. He did listen, he sat down, but he didn't make eye contact. It was just simple and basic, and he stayed to himself. He didn't get in trouble or nothing. And so they got those people to come to the classroom, and they noticed that my child needed the help. And so after so they started this in September, right away after my meeting. So October, November, somebody actually came to see him. And then December, they decided that we were going to do something about this. And then coming January and February, one of those months, again, they revised my child's case. And they said that, okay, they were going to give it to him because the preschool teacher was actually the one that said that she saw something. And so because of that, he got it back. So now coming February, he started to go Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to special ed preschool. And he was still going Tuesday and Thursday to special ed preschool. And he stayed there up until he turned 5. So up until he had to go to kindergarten. And then I'm just going to leave this video up until then, and then I'll tell you what happened in kindergarten, because I did send him to kindergarten.